Hey everybody, my name is Nick Weaver. I am the lab director for Alive and Well and also a co-owner. I wanted to review the Strawberry Pop strain, which is honestly not my favorite name, but weed does what it does, and we don't change any names. We don't, we like to just keep the names what they are from the strains that are grown in the field by the farmer or the breeder. So everybody can kind of practice their connoisseurship of knowing what strains taste like what and being able to call them out on a blind taste test kind of thing. This is a delicious strain. If anybody knows anything about strawberry strains, they are really hard to grow and taste like, well, they're not hard to grow. It's hard to get strawberry strains to really come out tasting like strawberry. Typically, it will taste like more like a chemical strawberry cough syrup kind of thing. Strawberry cough's known for that. This is kind of a derivative of that, but the strawberry ice cream notes really come out. This strain, on the tasting notes, we put strawberry ice cream because when you first smell the tip of this vape cart and you take a hit off of it, it reminds me 100% of like Breyer's strawberry ice cream, that smell, that taste. This is an extremely tasty strain. The high on it is great. It tastes very clean. The color on it is amazing. I'm going to show you the color on it. I couldn't be happier with this strain. It's probably in my top 10 of best strains I've ever extracted. And it's a great sativa to add to our menu. It will be available for all retail sales in another week and a half. I think the 12th of March, it will be available at Cannabis. What else? We got this strain through a connection with Green Ox. Shout out to Green Ox in Eureka, California. They've been helping us source from a lot of great farms in the area, in the Humboldt area. And they love weed. And through working with them for the past few months, they understand what we're looking for input material. And we get to send one of our employees over there, the general manager, Dylan, get to send him over there to go sniff out the strains that we want and get excited and get ahead of the curve about what's coming down the pipeline. So this strain is fantastic. I think everybody's gonna love it. Strawberry lovers, for sure. This was sourced through our friends at Green Ox. They connected us with the Talking Trees group. This is a Talking Trees strain, I'm pretty sure, and the flower was grown mixed light, so greenhouse with lights, and outdoor mixed light, indoor, it's all good as long as it's grown with love. So generally the mixed light and the indoor can create a lighter color, but from my last video with the Gushments from Highwater Farms, that was an outdoor farm, and it created some of the lightest color in a vape cart oil that I've ever seen. So the more I do this, the more I learn. So Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this strain, and I'll show you one more picture of it. And it will be coming soon. Another thing I'd like to talk about is kind of a talking point of what makes us different. So I wanted to kind of talk about cured resin and live resin, which we like to group into a classification called craft resin versus distillate. And in my career, I've made a boatload of distillate for the previous company I was a founder of. And it kind of led me on the trail to, I wanted to make something more like fresh squeezed orange juice, which is a one-step or two-step process, however you look at it. And the fact of the matter is, you can't use moldy material. You can't use material that smells like ammonia, or what trim smells like, old trim. Everybody knows what old weed smells like that they don't want to consume. So that's the basis for how we select the strains that we're going to process. This was fresh sugar leaf trim that was basically processed right after it was trimmed. And at the peak of its freshness and availability to accentuate all of the flavor profiles of the strain, which is what we're really going after. And so with distillate, you can use stuff that's swept off the floor. You can use old material that smells like crap. You can use, pretty much anything. You can use good stuff, but it's too expensive for distillate processors. So 90% of the distillate processors in the market, they use stuff that you would gag over. And the whole idea of distillate and the distillation process is to try to remove all of those nasty smells and all of the fats and lipids and all of the things that you don't want in the oil. But the problem is most processors don't do a really good job of removing all that stuff. And if anybody's ever made distillate before, they've gone through the quality control process of figuring out how to make good distillate, which is it should not have a smell when you smell the jar of distillate. And it should be a very light color that's completely see-through. The problem with that is you got to smell it. And most of the time, especially back in the, 2014, 15, 16 years, a lot of the distillate smelled like, old, nasty, chemicals like ammonia and fish and just mold, it's there's a lot of nasty smells. I can go into the chemicals that are made from decaying plant material, which is like putrescine, cadaverine. I mean, that's what chemicals are produced from a dead body. Now if you have rotting, composting plant material, it starts to stink. And those are smells, those are oils that are produced from the breakdown process of organic materials. And if you're making distillate, you have to remove all that stuff through distilling it out or filtering it out. And those really nasty smells are heavy as a molecular structure, and they're just really hard to get out. So like I said, 90% of the distillate processors are using that kind of material to make the distillate that goes into all of those cheap vapes that are fake flavored. I kind of call it the White Claw cannabis. It's not something I ever want to consume. I'm at the point now where unless I know the processor and I know their ethics, I won't even try another company's vape anymore because I've seen too much. So I just want to share that because people should know what they're consuming. We like to consider our product fresh squeezed orange juice, and distillate is kind of the Sunny Delight or the Minute Maid or any other just absolute trash orange imposter. And the fact is, we cannot use we cannot use moldy material to make our oil or anything that smells bad. And just like if you were in a restaurant or breakfast place and you were trying to get some fresh squeezed orange juice, if you saw an orange that had mold all over it and it needed to be thrown away and it was in the machine to freshly squeeze that juice, you would not want to drink that orange juice and you would want your money back. But you would see it. You would see that and you would be like, I don't want that. Well, I hate to tell you this, but that's what's in most distillate vapes. So, and I can even add on to that imagine you had good fresh squeezed orange juice and somebody in the back was cutting it with Sunny Delight to extend their profits because Sunny Delight is cheaper than a bag of oranges, and they're just cutting it like a coke dealer would cut their cocaine with isonitol or any other white powder. So that being said, at Alive and Well, we really give a shit about what we're doing, and we want to make what we want to smoke. And I think of it as karma, and you can either spread good karma or spread bad karma. And when I decided to dedicate my life to this craft, I wanted to make sure that I was providing something that would spread good karma 1 gram at a time. So there is a good article that we cultivated with Beard Bros. I will put the link in the description so you guys can click over there and read it. It kind of has more in-depth look at what I was just talking about with distillate versus our live and cured resins, also known as craft resins. And it's a great read. Those guys are great to work with, and to try to get our voice out there and try to let people know that when they purchase our products, they know how much passion has gone into it, and the ethics, for that matter, of what we're providing to the market. And I'll just say this: I'll take a Pepsi challenge versus any other brand out there, good or bad. And I feel like we provide one of the cleanest, tastiest. If you love the smell and taste of cannabis, you will love what we provide. And that is the most important factor. So thank you for watching, and look forward to doing another review.